On this week's show, episode number 42 of the Inside Infinity podcast, Pirate tells us about his winning toy box, Maleficent, is she confirmed? Question mark, and a playset 2.0 exclusive. All this and more on episode number 42 of the Inside Infinity podcast.
All who come to this happy place, welcome. We have often been asked, where do we get the ideas for our stories?
We really start with a blank sheet of paper.
I think that's what Infinity gives you, is the ability to be creative in a way that no one's ever seen before.
Hello, everyone. This is Will with the Inside Infinity podcast, and welcome to episode number 42, recorded May 12th, 2014. As always, I am here with my favorite co-host of all time, short of the ghost host, Jason Haynes. How are you doing today, buddy?
Still a little sick. Coughs will come. I apologize if I don't get to the mute button fast enough. But yeah, g'day listeners, g'day mates.
Well, thank you for joining us, even though you are not feeling well today. We appreciate it.
I feel well. It's just I've got a cough.
And next up on the docket, our favorite Pirate Steven. How are you doing today, buddy?
Ahoy there. I'm doing good. I'm not sick.
That's good.
Jason.
I could imagine. Are you a grumpy sick when you're sick?
Oh, I'm the worst. I lay in bed and I can't reach the remote. You got to take care of me and stay home as well.
Well, we're glad you're not sick. Only one of us is allowed to be sick at any given time. And hello to everyone listening and watching out there. Those that are at DisneyInfinity.tv chatting along with us, welcome. We appreciate seeing you. As always, this week's episode is brought to you in partnership with the DisneyInfinityFans.com, Disney Infinity Fans Forum, which is the #1 forum for Disney Infinity related news, rumors, content, and community on the internet. As far as I'm concerned, that's the place to go if you want to find some Disney Infinity news outside the show, you know. But that's why we're partners, so we can bring you both sides of that coin. So make sure you go check them out. If you're not part of the community, make sure you join, and you can see the likes of Pirate and myself on there, and lots of other fun folks as well. So, all right, gents. Well, we do kind of have a busy show ahead of us today. So how about you guys? We say we get started.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. All right. Jason, you're always ready. When are you not ready? That's the question.
Yeah, who knows? Skills.
So a couple episodes ago, we were talking about the UK magazine that was coming out. It was a Disney Infinity magazine, and some folks on the forums, they actually got their hands on a copy of that. And Pirate, have you taken a look at those? Have you got to see some of the goodies that's included in that magazine?
Yeah, the magazine seems to be tailored more to a younger audience, not our target audience of 30-plus-year-olds that play the game. But it seems to be very popular in the UK. You probably find them at all the different supermarkets they have there. And in this magazine, they're giving away toys and free items when you buy them. So in that first issue that came out last month, it's a monthly magazine. They have 20 wall stickers. I know if you buy those in the stores for any other brand, they're like $10 to decorate your wall. They also had a vinyl wallet that you can have, and a keychain, and it looks like they're going to have trading cards in each of these magazines. So it definitely looks like something that collectors might want to try to get from the UK if they can.
So here's those stickers you were talking about. Do you have any sense of scale? Well, I guess we can see the over here on the right-hand side, you can see the wallet, so that gives you an idea of how big these stickers are.
Yeah, it says right there about 6 inches high. So
perfect.
Those are pretty cool. And the next issue actually comes out this week, I believe on Wednesday in the UK as well. And this picture you're showing right now is each magazine is going to come with a little diorama that you can display your figures with. So this particular one was catered to the Incredibles, Mr. Incredible specifically. So that's what they look like.
Awesome.
And so this month's issue comes out this week, and it looks like the 7 free items that come with this issue is going to be like kids' school supplies, like the erasers and the pencil sharpeners. Those things we used to have when we were kids.
Nice. And that's only in the UK. Have you heard of it coming here in the States at all?
I have not. We'll see how popular it is. Maybe they'll import it.
Jason, have you heard one way or another? Is it coming to Australia?
I don't have any specific details, but I believe it is supposed to come here. We do get a lot of the UK publications and so on here, so I would imagine we would get it, but I have not seen it in supermarkets. I think I said a couple of shows ago that we've still got the Disney Adventures magazine, the small magazine of that. So there's quite a few magazines like that. So I expect we will see it soon, but I certainly haven't seen either of these 2 issues.
Cool. Well, hopefully you'll get it in Australia, so you can give us a first-hand account on those.
Well, I really like the dioramas. I think that's probably the coolest part. I've seen my girls will obviously, they love stickers, putting stickers everywhere on things where it shouldn't be. But I think the dioramas are really cool and would look fantastic in a cabinet with your favorite figures, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, a lot of Disney Infinity collectors really like or they have all their figures in cases and stuff, and putting the Incredibles playset figures and the starter set playset piece with that diorama, that would be pretty cool. That's a good way to kind of complete that collection. Latin Soul in the chat room, he's saying he wants one anyway, even though Pirate was saying it's kind of geared for kids. And hey, you know what? I feel the same way. I want one on my desk too. That's why we play this game, right? Because we're kids at heart. That's why we're Disney fans, because we never want to grow up. It's that kind of Neverland syndrome. So yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and move on. The next item up. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Disney Movie Rewards have added its first Disney Infinity reward. So for 600 points, you can get 4 Power Disc Pack. And Steve, are you a member of this Disney Movie Rewards? Because I am, but I've never done anything.
You definitely need to be a member. This offer that they posted today is specifically for United Kingdom as well. It's funny, they usually say that they don't get anything, but now they're getting those magazines and they're getting this Disney Movie Rewards offer. But yeah, 600 points will get you 4 Power Disc Packs, and 600 and it's Series 1 Power Disc, so a lot of us already have Series 1, but if you're new to the game, definitely worth 600 points. A Disney Blu-ray will get you 100. Buying 1 Disney Blu-ray will get you 150 points.
Wow.
So 4 Blu-rays will get you 4 Power Disc Packs essentially.
And are these Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, or is it random?
Yeah, it specifically said Series 1.
Okay.
Who knows? They might have the other ones down the line. But yeah, if somebody's procrastinated and hasn't bought Series 1 yet, it's definitely a great deal.
That's awesome. It's kind of cool seeing those Disney Infinity items as part of those rewards, because it seems like it's a perfect place for something like that, and it kind of raises the awareness for Disney Infinity a little bit more for those that may just be buying movies.
Yeah, I would love to see us in the States get that same sort of deal, because I know a lot of Disney fans buy up all the Blu-rays, or the DVDs. So there's a lot of points accumulated there, ready to be spent on some Disney Infinity items if they could bring it over here.
Nice. Well, here's hoping. Cool. Well, the next item on the list, guys. So right after the Disney Infinity 2.0 announcement, I went on to Chad Liddell's blog. I know Chad Liddell. We talk about him a lot on the show. He is a toy box lead at Disney Infinity, or at least that's what he used to be. I'm not sure what he's doing for Disney Infinity 2. But I went on there, and one question that I'd had from the announcement that still wasn't that clear, and Pirate, I know you can attest to this because it's something you've not only had to deal with on a pretty frequent basis, but it's something that with your conversations with other Toy Box Artist winners, it's a point of contention for you, is that with toy boxes, it's really kind of hard to close out the toy box. I played your, spoiler alert, you won one of the toy box challenges this week, and I really liked how you closed the toy box. You actually gave it an ending, and it was pretty clear, but it's not always that clear, and toy box artists have kind of had to find a way to creatively close out those toy boxes. So I went on to Chad's blog, and I just asked and saw if there's any insight that he could give. So this is what I asked. I said, "Hey Chad, the DI2 Marvel announcement was amazing. One question I had, and I'm sure you'll think of more, or I'll think of more, but it wasn't mentioned. Specific toy box logic toys would be possible to create story moments. Examples: fade in, fade out. Will there be any other toys like camera controls for cutscenes and text overlays?" And I said, "Thanks and congrats on the announcement." So basically what I was trying to find out is, I've talked a little bit on the show about playing this game for the Xbox One called Project Spark, and there's a lot of similarities between that game and the toy box in Disney Infinity, and they do some really smart things when it comes to story. You can make floating text, you can make signs, you can make game overs, kind of game over screens, so people can actually close out their adventures or whatever. So this is what his answer: "Thanks, Will. I'm glad you enjoyed the announcement. Indeed, there are a variety of new logic toys and enhancement that we are creating to improve the experience of creating stories in the toy box. There are 2 new camera types, and all of the cameras have fancy new features, including screen fades. Text is coming too, with specifics to be announced." So we got 3 kind of pieces of information there that we can kind of latch on to. 2 new camera types, and I don't know. So what are the camera types that we have right now? We have the top-down and stationary profile view, right?
Side scroller, as I would call it.
So what would you think of, what could be these 2 other types here? What do you guys think? Do you have any ideas? One I would think of is, well, I thought of like a third-person view, but obviously that's what the game runs in. So could we get a first-person camera view? If so,
That would make sense. Sure.
that would be awesome, right? You could make your own kind of first-person shooters, for lack of a better term. How awesome would it be if you had Buzz's Lightyear and or Buzz's Light Blaster or whatever, and you're in first-person view, and you kind of made this corridor shooter? That would be pretty cool. The only other type that I could think of that could be kind of story-driven are cinematic cameras that you could kind of control the path. Do you think that's possible, or do you think that could be a little bit too overkill for something like Disney Infinity?
I think that's what you'd have to have if you're going to have a fade in and a fade out, which I believe is, I think that's confirmed that that's a fade to black, right? Or something like that. That would have to be linked to a separate camera, I would imagine, that would allow you to frame something up, overlay a text box or something, and then set to say, I want this camera once this certain time is finished, or after this, text has been displayed for 10 seconds, fade to black. I mean, I don't think that's something you can put on the gameplay side of things necessarily.
So the fade is fancy new features and all of the cameras have fancy new features, including screen fades. So assuming those features are universal, it doesn't matter on the camera type. I don't know, maybe a first-person view it would. Well, no, because you'd still need a way to close it out, regardless of the view. So I don't know.
It would be awesome to have an animatable camera, though, that you can animate its axis and so on, and be able to live sort of tweak that using whatever to create not necessarily more impressive, but more interesting animated cutscene style content. That'd be great.
It would be. I just wonder how they could do it in a simplified manner. You know, in video production, if you have animated cameras, it's keyframes, and so you literally put points on a line, and it kind of fills in the blank, and it goes from one point to one point in a time. And so I wonder how they could do that with Infinity. I'm sure, you know, they've been able to squeeze a lot of very complicated concepts into this, and they've done
If
it.
I was going to do it, I would probably set it up so that you can set up a rail system and then attach a camera to the rails.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So you can build a complex rail system and then you just set your camera to that and then just set what you want. Like you can then attach the camera to the thing you want it focused on and it'll track with that, if you know what I mean. So you could set up a rail system around a particular item and then lock onto that, and there you go. It'll keep focus on that. Maybe you can set the focal length so you can get some really cool depth of field effects, maybe. I don't know, but that's probably one way you could simplify the process.
I like that. That's a good idea. So you create the path of the camera and you basically tell it what you want to lock onto, and it follows that path.
Or if it was a camera on an object, let's say they made it look like it was on a tripod and had a physical weight to it, then technically you could put it on like a conveyor belt or something. You know what I mean? So it's actually a movable item that you can then switch to and be able to see what it's seeing, I guess.
Nice. Steve, as an accomplished toy box artist, what do you think of this? I mean, would this be something that could be incredibly powerful for you and could allow you to create some pretty compelling toy box experiences?
Well, currently, when you're trying to come up with your finale for your toy box, you're thinking, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to do fireworks or confetti? And that kind of gets old when you got 5 toy boxes doing fireworks and confetti as an ending. Because then what do? You just shut the game off after that. So I think anybody with a real looking finale is going to get noticed and a better chance of getting featured because it's more original than fireworks. This past toy box is the first time I actually tried a different finale than fireworks. So it was fun just to do something a little different there. As far as cameras go, maybe a camera where you can pre-record some kind of cutscene, like even if it's something silly as the characters jumping up and down, like they're in victory formation, and then be able to put some text on there, and just record it, and then once you hit the trigger button, it plays that recording that you did.
That's a really good idea too.
That's an excellent idea. So like the repeater, the repeater thing that, yeah, you can just set up any scene and go, right, we've captured that, and then we can just play that back whenever you want to. That's a really cool idea. That would be amazing.
I mean, it makes it feel more like a video game than just playing in a toy box.
Right.
Like you're actually doing a play set if there's some kind of cutscene.
That's awesome. It'll be interesting how they implement this, and hopefully we get some of those cinematic experiences. But I really like that's a good way of doing it, I think. Pirate. Cool. So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty exciting, and screen fades will be good. Hopefully we can get some text overlays so you can do a game over, or I don't know, in a universe not so far away. It's pretty near the future since we don't have Star Wars yet. Then you could.
Currently, if you're doing any text, you just gotta build the text with a repeater at the end, and those text blocks take up a lot of space as it is. I mean, or just the regular blocks take up a lot of space as it is. So if they could somehow figure out a way to do text where it doesn't take up a lot of space for a finale, that'd be great.
Pirate, this is totally off the topic, but since you have yet to start your awesome toy box show that's going to give all your secrets and tips and tricks, when the example that you just gave, you put all these blocks which are known to be memory hogs in the game, but you connect them with a repeater, and so it's a blank slate until you trigger it, and then it builds it out. Does it still use up the meter when the text isn't there? Like the blocks are disappeared, but
no, it doesn't use it till it actually puts it in your toy box.
Okay.
So that's another dangerous thing you could run into at the end, and you got to catch during your testing, is that every enemy that could possibly be generated, any object generated, if somebody doesn't defeat all those enemies and they're still in the box, you got to make sure at the end when you hit the trigger or whatever that's going to put or type out text. You want to make sure you have enough space for that text, because if you don't, you can hit a lot of times when you're in a toy box you're playing and you hit a trigger and it doesn't do anything. That just means that it didn't have the allocated space to generate what was supposed to be there. So the person didn't test it to make sure that they had enough space. I remember when I did my Gravity Falls toy box, I had everything all built, and then I started testing it where I didn't destroy all the enemies, and I went on to the next thing and nothing worked. So I had to drastically cut back to make sure I had space for everything.
I just thought of another camera just off the top of my head, which I'll get out of my head now just before we move on. And it's sort of similar to what Pirate was talking about with the whole pre-recorded video camera, we'll call it. I definitely don't think we'll see this one, but I think it'd be kind of cool if there was like a camera in the game that you could take stills of your creation and then texture some form of wall with those photos to cut down on your use. So you could build a complex backdrop, so to speak, take a photo with this camera and then apply that in-game. They're certainly not going to allow outside textures, but any in-game captures with that camera to then apply to a blank wall to give you more complex backgrounds without taking away from your block allocation would be an amazing feature as well.
Oh man, that's awesome. I like that idea. And
it's just sort of what's the word? It'd just be an incremental process. So you can build these set pieces, build a complete set, fill up your entire bar, just photograph it, paste it on, and bang, remove all those pieces, and then you know what I mean. It'd be like layered construction of toy boxes. I think it'd be really handy.
Wow. I like that. Plus, it really creates some like one-of-a-kind customization for your stuff that no one else may have.
Definitely, I think that's put that on the list.
3.0,
Infinity 3.0.
That's right. That's right. It's never too early to start talking about, is it?
No.
Right around this time next year, we'll be talking about it. So
seriously. So Shaka the Sky in the chat room is saying he likes the idea of the cutscenes and fades, and Disney Fanatic 22 is saying that people on PS4 and Xbox One won't really have too much to worry about, and I assume he's talking about the memory allocation, or he could be talking about memory, or I'm sorry, video, because those two consoles can stream and edit and record video and stuff like that. So
it will be interesting to see if there's a differentiation between the PS4 and, say, the PS3 Wii U as far as how much you can build, or whether they just decide to, you know what I mean, even it out and go, nah, it's the same across all platforms.
They've confirmed in multiple places that you can actually build larger toy boxes in Disney or on Xbox One and PS4.
Oh, awesome! Thank you.
My concern with that is, how are they going to, if you're uploading toy boxes and sharing toy boxes, what is going to happen? Are these toy boxes only going to be compatible with next gen consoles, or do they have some sort of trickery that gets rid of certain items to make it work on the older consoles? Or
because there was no limit with the iPad, was there? Like, you could download anything on the iPad, and the original Wii, you couldn't download toy boxes at all. Is that right?
Right. Because there's no online component with Infinity.
So it is a new issue, so to speak.
Yeah, it's something new that they're going to have to figure out. I wonder how much of... So the toy box is this world that is not predetermined. You have content in there, but you can change it and edit it and add to it at any given time. I wonder if you lock that down and make it so it's not editable, if that would free up any sort of memory. I don't know. I don't know why that would happen, but just for the sheer fact that maybe it would free up something because you don't have the ability to get in there and move stuff around. It's locked in, and so because I'm sure there's a kind of buffer, so to keep it from bugging out, or to keep keep I don't know, animations when you're building or whatever, when you're actually like have the block in your hand and trying to set it down. So I wonder if they lock it down, if it will be playable on those older consoles, but just not editable.
It's a good idea. A lot of it depends too on what the ultimate sharing game is in 2.0, because I imagine if, let's say, they open up the sharing to everyone, maybe it's possible that they let you know you're at the last gen capacity level, if you know what I mean. So you've only got, you know what I mean? They know if you go past this point, your box will only be playable on next gen. If you go to below this point, your box will be able to be played on any console.
That's a good point. As a pirate, as a toy box artist, would you, if you had to choose between one or the other, making it universal for everyone, current gen or next gen, or because I know you have a PlayStation 4, or not wanting to be restricted on the power of the toy boxes that you could create, would that affect your decision? Would you try to, I don't know, address it to the widest audience possible, or would you limit it to, if you have a big grand idea, would you limit it to next gen?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get on. Definitely have it for PlayStation 4. And the tagline for this game is "The possibilities are infinite." So I would never purposely limit my possibilities. Toy box on purpose. So yeah, I would just build the best toy boxes I can, and I'm sure that Disney Infinity will find a way. If they still do the featured stuff, and if they wanted to feature it, I'm sure they would find a way to do it. If not, I built the toy box for me, and whoever wants to play can play it.
VGP_8140 in the chat room is saying they may be able to compress the next gen toy boxes somehow to work with the current gen. I'm not sure. I mean, substituting lower res textures will only do so much. So I wonder if that's a way of kind of addressing that.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess at the end of the day, I mean, it kind of could break toy boxes, but I guess they could write some form of algorithm that says, look, start removing trees and stuff like that until you get under the limit type, you know what I mean? Just randomly pulling stuff that seems like it's not supposed to be there, but because of the style of building it is, it's a bit hard to make that judgment call, yeah. I guess.
Yep. I don't know. I guess it will remain to be seen. One more question to the docket is, how are they going to handle sharing between current and I mean, we know there's not going to be cross-platform play. So as a PS4, as a player on a PS4, you could not connect to someone and play PS3. We talked about that last week on the show, and although they haven't confirmed it, a very educated guess would be that is not possible because the technical requirements of that are so intense. So we're just referring to uploading those toy boxes and then downloading them. So cool. All right, gents. Jason, you had one last thing to say? Nope, you're good. All right. Let's move on to the next item here, and this is a big item. It dropped right before show start, and guess what, gents? We had speculated and hoped and crossed our fingers. A lot of people were worried about, are we going to see any new Disney stuff in this new iteration of Disney Infinity, or is it all going to be Marvel? Well, it's all but been confirmed today with this message that was sent out to D23 members, or actually it was posted on the D23 blog. And so first off, this image was posted on Google Plus, among other places, by the official Disney Infinity social media channels. But then also, if we take a look here, if I can find it, Pirate, why don't you go ahead, because you actually sent this to me today to talk a little bit about, they're having a special event to commemorate the Maleficent movie, aren't they? Oh, did we lose Pirate? Yes, we sure did. All right, well, I got it up. So this is the official Disney fan club of D23. D23, for those that don't know, is, well, it's the official Disney fan club, and there's multiple memberships. But what this is right here is it is an event for the Maleficent movie. It is on May 28th, Wednesday, so it's at the end of this month. You have to pay for tickets. You have to be a member of this, a member of the club, the official fan club. So right here, this part's important. It's talking a little bit about Disney Infinity, what it is, and what the newest version is going to be. Marvel Superheroes. It will hit store this fall. All new game. Blah 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 blah. From our info, go here. But this piece right here, I know my good friend Steven C. is going to love this piece. Pirate, I know you're going to give me a hard time about, because I don't know if you guys can read that, but it says all guests will also receive a limited edition Disney Infinity gift. All right, so let's take a step back here. Let's look at what we know so far. So we have this image right here. That looks an awful lot like a Disney Infinity Maleficent figure, and obviously it's a reference to that. And then
unmistakable.
It's unmistakable. You know, here's the Angelina Jolie version, and then that little piece there. What do you guys think that this will be?
This is going to be a figure, and this is going to annoy me. It is Mickey all over again. Because I have no chance of getting to this event, but I will not be buying it on eBay.
You're not going to pull a Will.
Will. If he doesn't get there for free.
Yes, I will not be going to this, but yeah, this is like the D23 Sorcerer Mickey all over again. I don't know. The good thing about this, though, is that people have been talking an awful lot about Disney Infinity not having any talk about Disney-related items, and this is a big deal. This movie release is a huge deal, and just like Marvel, they are kind of combining releases. They did this with Frozen. They kind of did it, not really, but they kind of did it with Lone Ranger. That was the original intent, and this is something, Jason, you and I have been talking about for a long time, is kind of coinciding releases with these movies. And although the game 2.0 isn't out yet, the fact that they may be giving away an item, and it not being a Marvel figure or something like that, you know, really kind of saying, hey, you're part of the official Disney fan club. We know you're dedicated. We know you're dedicated Disney fans. So we're going to give you a Disney figure. And I would rather see this out in the wild, I think, personally, than seeing a Marvel figure. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but again, people have been yelling, where's our Disney and Infinity 2.0? And this is a way of kind of getting that back. Jason, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's totally smart. I think, I hope it doesn't stop at the D23. It'd be really cool if they were offering, I don't know, some form of coupon discount or something at the very least with any, any movie ticket purchase or anything like that. But I certainly hope it's a trend we continue to see, because it makes it, I don't know, just brings an added level of excitement, I think, to going and seeing movies and Disney movies and so on, to get something to commemorate your day there, so to speak.
Yeah. Pirate, do you want to see, are you glad they might be giving away a Maleficent figure over a Marvel superhero figure?
We don't know it's going to be a figure yet. It could end up being a limited edition poster or something else, like that the Marvel event was a limited edition poster. But yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed if it's some kind of D23 figure variant like the Sorcerer Mickey. But yeah, if you speculate, probably the worst case scenario would be if they did a limited edition classic Maleficent that only people that went to that event could get. Because I know,
dude, I would riot. Like, I literally that's my worst nightmare. I just thought of that then, and you just realized that nightmare.
Sorry, I said it out loud because they might do it now. But Angelina Jolie version of Maleficent looks like the one they chose to go with. So yeah, I'm hoping that they come out with classic Maleficent outfit change or something like in the Power Disc, like they're doing for the Marvel Power Disc outfit. But yeah, who knows? We'll find out. The good news is we don't have to wait too long. We'll find out soon.
Well, and you're raising good points, and Latin Soul in the chat room, among others, are saying that it could be a poster like what was given away at the Marvel event. And the question is it too early right now for a figure, for a physical figure to? I mean, I know they're already prototyping him, but the launch isn't for months and months now. I mean, we have to go wait all summer for it. So, is the poster going to be it, or is it going to be a figure? Like you said, it's not that far out, so we're gonna find out soon enough.
Yeah, the figure. I mean, they could always do a D1 if they want people to be able to play as Angelina Jolie in the older version of the game. So we'll see. We'll see what they have up their sleeves. I think it's good time on the timing on the announcement.
Let's get some costumes variants. That's what I'm looking for.
I don't think it's a poster. I don't think if it's just a poster, I don't think you mention it in your release press release thing there. I think that's a little bit setting people up for disappointment, don't you? Like they didn't mention it for they didn't mention it, I believe, for the other event, so they just got the poster. So I just think that's a little bit too low key to specifically mention that they're going to receive a limited edition Disney Infinity gift.
Yeah, and it's only for silver and gold members too. Because so if you are there's a free membership you can get, but those people won't be allowed to get into this event and get the freebies. So I think the silver pass might be $49 a year, and then there's a gold version. So if somebody in San Francisco wanted this figure, they could pay $49, get a silver membership, and they also got to sign up in time on the website because I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to do that.
Well, I don't know
And
if
it does specifically say limited edition, so if it is a figure, it will be some variant of the normal figure.
that's true, but that might be. Well, I mean, I guess technically the D23 Mickey was a limited variant too, but the posters were limited in number, and they were all numbered and signed. So it could just be a poster too. I don't know.
The one word they didn't use in this was exclusive, so it could be a limited edition of 10,000 and dispersed at different events over the summer.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened last time. Is D23 Mickey was at multiple events. So cool. All right, guys. Let's continue on. So, if you're going to D23 to this screening of Maleficent, please let us know. I think we're trying to find out if anyone from the forums are going to be heading that direction. So, if you go to that, let us know. Get in touch with us, info@disneyinfinity.tv, and we'd love to hear about the event firsthand and see what loot you get. Cool. All right, gents, the last news item of the week, we have an exclusive, late-breaking exclusive. This is coming from the Disney Infinity Fans Forum, and to my knowledge, we are going to be the first to broadcast this out. I don't think it's known. So there's a lot of questions up in the air about the playsets and how playset forward compatibility is going to work. How is 1.0 information going to work with 2.0 stuff? And got some info right before the show start, and so I'm just going to read that now. So as far as confirmation about playsets from 1 to 2, when using Disney Infinity 2, if you place a playset piece from Disney Infinity 1 onto the Infinity base, so if you take the starter set from Disney Infinity 1 and put it on the 2.0 base, and they're referring to the game, so it could be your old base with the new game. The toy box toys associated with that playset will be unlocked for use in 2.0 toy box. So let's see if we can kind of figure out what that's saying. So if you put down the Cars playset from Disney Infinity 1 into Disney Infinity 2, just by having that playset piece. And this was something we wondered: how are they going to unlock these toys? Or is it going to be associated with your Disney ID? Well, that works great, except if you're on a Wii, because you're not able to sync that information outside of the cards themselves. So if you want to play with Disney Infinity 1 toys, you just throw down the piece, and it unlocks those toys in the toy box for you. Pirate, what do you think about this? Do you think is that a good way of addressing this problem? Or, because in theory, if a person did not unlock all the Toy Story and Space playset toys in the toy box, they're now going to have them unlocked in Disney Infinity 2 as soon as they set that toy piece down, even though they earned it by purchasing that item, but they didn't necessarily earn it by unlocking it. Do you think that's an okay solution, compromise to this kind of question?
I think it's a good start. I have the current version on PS3, so I would like to play Toy Story in Space on PS4 or Cars on PS4, but as of this announcement, as of yet, I won't be able to do that. Because who knows? I have an original launch PS3. Who knows how long that's going to last? So
Me too.
it just looks like I might be not able to play that playset anymore once my other system dies, which is unfortunate. But this is the direction it looks like they go in at this juncture.
Well, you know what? If that is the case, then I guess all the accomplished toy box artists are just going to have to go in and remake those play sets for people so people can download them in 2.0. Hopefully we'd have close to that ability. Jason, do you think this is a good way of kind of addressing how are we going to get Disney Infinity 1 toys and Disney Infinity 2? Is this work, or should they have figured out a different way of doing this?
No, I think that totally makes sense. I think, as far as the old playsets are concerned, I thought about this last week. I think what'll end up happening is they'll wait till first run prints are sold out of Disney Infinity 1.0, and then I think they'll rebox everything so that it's it's tough, I guess, because they still got to support 1.0, the playset, I guess, but I don't know. I wouldn't be too surprised if they create versions that are badged 2.0 compatible figures that they're saying this doesn't come with the playset, but here's the playset piece that'll unlock all the stuff from that, but you don't actually get the playset itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and we don't know. I would like to hope, the optimist in me would like to think that they're still trying to figure out a way to squeeze Infinity playsets and Infinity 1 playsets into 2. We don't know. I assume there's a reason they're kind of being tight-lipped and they're not saying one way or another on this, because that in and of itself, what we just talked about here, that provides a pretty good amount of value for these playsets. So if they're worried about people interested in 2.0 not buying some 1 playsets because the playset activities wouldn't be forward compatible, those toy assets for the toy box are extremely valuable as an artist. I'm sure you can attest to that, Pirate. So I'm hoping that the reason they're being so tight-lipped about this and not telling us one way or another is because they're still trying to work that out and see if they can figure it out. With this news, there's no confirmation yet on if the unlock needs to take place once to have the toy box or the toys permanently unlocked, or if you're gonna have to put it down every time you want to use those. I'm gonna say no, because then you would have to put down every play session. You would have to grab all your playset pieces and throw them on the toy box to ensure that you have all the toys available to you. I hope not, anyway.
I'm looking forward to that. That's all right. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's something we'll all look forward to. Every new release of Infinity is the experience of throwing on our hordes of figures onto the base and working out what's new and what's what everything does. It'll be interesting. We've got a whole new, I can imagine Pirate putting down his. Well, I'll have one too. Putting down the Magic Band in 2.0 to see what that unlocks, and we'll be throwing everything we can get our hands on that's RFID, and just to see what secrets are going to be unlocked. It's going to be an exciting time, that's for sure.
I'm publicly calling you out right now, Jason, because you are the fan of DLC. You hate getting up out of your chair, off your lazy butt to go put new toys down on your base.
Yeah, well, I'll do it once. Like, I'm not going to do it all the time. I'll line them all up once, and I'll do it once, and that'll be it.
Okay, okay. Well,
Also, I don't know. We should do an update. I don't know whether there's a section on the fan forums or not. It might be worth checking out. But we haven't really done an update lately on power disc alchemy and whether there's been any new bonus effects with the new power discs. And wait and see what comes up with the new power discs in 2.0 edition. Whether I assume no, they should be compatible, don't you think, Pirate?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so there could be some really cool. I've always said I'd like to see them take that alchemy stuff to the next level. So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see them continuing that, and I can't wait to see the different alchemies they come up with for the Marvel powers.
Because aren't you might be able to confirm this, I can't remember, but you know how there's I can't remember what they're called, but you know, like, I'll call them the sidekicks, but you know how they can call on those, like, sidekick characters, like, what was the Iron Man one in the trailer, War Machine or something?
Iron Patriot, and
So that is a power disc, that's as in one of the round ones, correct?
yeah.
So imagine character alchemies, that'd be awesome, if you combine that with with the Scrooge, one of the Scrooge ones, you can unlock Scrooge McDuck as a side character. That'd be sensational.
Yeah, it'd be more like Iron Patriots running around throwing Scrooge McDuck's money. Maybe that's the alchemy for that one.
But point is that, like, there's a crazy amount of combos. I don't believe, because you can have up to, is it 3 discs or 2 discs in a character? I think it's 2 discs in a character you can have, isn't it?
And you can do three in a toy box mode, 3 hexagonals.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's. It'd be nice. It's a bit of a sidetrack, but it'd be nice if they enabled, if you're playing single player, to be able to use the other disc to put 3 on that and stack them, so you can effectively have 5 discs attached to one character. That'd be cool.
It's true.
Put that on the list. 3.0.
I wonder what the physical limitation of the RFD space required, or how close it has to be to the reader to read, because that's my only thought on the limitation of that.
Yeah, well, it's obviously the limit is 2 plus a character, because obviously, I mean, I quite often I've still got figures still in their box that I could just sit on the disc reader and I'll read them, and that's about at the limit. Because it's pretty touch and go if it'll actually read the character from in the box or not.
Cool.
But anyway, we digress.
Move on to Community Spotlight.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So this is coming from you, and he's actually in the chat room. So welcome to, I know I'm going to butcher your name, Evil Loss. I hope that is, I'm saying that correctly. But Pirate, do you just want to, so I'm looking at this thread that he posted on the Infinity Fans Forum, and the first post was on August 19th, and basically Evilos he does custom figures. He does custom paint jobs and stuff, and so this was I assume this is the first one he's ever done, because this was August 19th, and this is awesome. I love this, and I remember seeing this when he first did it. It's Dirty Mater, and you can see it's just like a realistic sort of paint job of Mater.
Yeah, I think the custom figures are really cool looking. Gives us another way to, instead of waiting for a variant that's never going to get released, another way to get that exclusive figure that we want. And these are done by Christopher Avalos, who goes by the name of, and I might butcher as well, but Evilos. Evil.
Hey, you like him then, because if he's evil, he has to be a villain.
So he's well known for doing custom vinyls. and these Disney Infinity ones that he's created are sensational. You can find pictures of him like you're showing here on the Disney Infinity fans forum. He's got his own link, so you can check them all out, and he'll let you know how you can purchase them. He also has his website, which is evilos.com, evilos.com, and I wanted to show his latest, which I think is really cool. If you can go down, scroll down to the towards the bottom,
Yeah.
he came out with Bronze Sorcerer Mickey, which is inspired by the partner statues that is outside Disneyland and Walt Disney World and all the Disney theme parks. But as we're looking at it right now, it looks really, really nicely done. Very authentic looking. I don't just looking at it, it just looks like it came straight from the game. Reminds me and a lot of other people of the bronze statue that you get at the Hall of Heroes of Mickey. So some people come up with the idea is, what if I could get the whole 29 figures in this bronze look and make a little diorama of your own Hall of Heroes? I think that'd be expensive, but brilliant to have that in your. And then maybe you upgrade the character and you can paint them silver and gold, but more money. But I think that was a great idea that he came up with.
I like that you could pair some of these custom painted figures with some of the custom base designers and create an awesome real life Hall of Heroes.
Who wouldn't want the Hall of Heroes in their house?
That would be awesome. I love this red crystal Lightning McQueen here because it's just it's like that iconic candy coated red, and I really love how he was able to mask the decals.
Yeah, brilliant. I can't wait to see. I'm sure with all the new characters and as he comes up with new ideas, it's gonna be great to see what he comes up with. I want to see the complete Hall of Heroes. That's my next the request.
Here's Mad Sully. Red. I dig this red Mr. Incredible too.
Yeah, you would think that Target would want like red Crystal Sully exclusive.
Yeah, that's awesome. So he does sell this. He has a website, right? If you want to check out this forum thread, then check out the show notes at DisneyInfinity.tv, and you can find all of his information, including his website and stuff, and how you can purchase that. There's already a ton of requests happening right now in the chat, so people are asking him for custom figures that they can do. I guess a popular one is the Blue Mater figure, but he said that would be difficult to do. Not impossible, but difficult. So, Evil Loss, that's how you say it. I saw it in the chat room. Awesome figures. Thanks for sharing those with us. And yeah, if you have some other info besides just us pointing out the figures on the show, let us know. If you want to tell us a little bit about the process of creating that, that would be awesome. Cool. All right, gentlemen, I think that is going to about wrap up this week's show. We had a good community corner. We had some great Disney Infinity news, and that news is still just going to be pumping out as the time gets closer and closer to the main event. So we can't wait for that. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe to us on Disney Infinity, our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Disney Infinity TV. Check us out on iTunes. Just search Inside Infinity Podcast. Also, make sure you check out the Disney Infinity Fans Forum, the #1 community for Disney Infinity related news, content, and they have a great, healthy community trading area too. Someone asked me today, they're having trouble finding U.S. traders. Where could they go? And I sent them to the forums because there's a ton of activity over there. And there's even the Disney Infinity Fans Pay It Forward if you're still looking for some Disney Infinity related stuff. As always, I'd like to thank Pirate Steven for joining us tonight, as well as my esteemed co-host Jason Haynes. We appreciate having you on each and every week, and love it when Pirate is able to guest with us. So thank you both. Check out the Disney Infinity Fans Forum, and also check out our sister podcasting network, vgpodcast.com, where I co-host a show every week there. So hope you enjoyed this week's show, and until next week, we hope your week is filled with infinite possibilities.